Should I use my first homeowner grant or buy an investment property? Let's jump into it. Hey guys, Justin Picker back with another one for you today. Just answering a very common question that comes in on should I use my first homeowner grants and look at buying a property to live in, or should I bypass that and go ahead and buy an investment property? There's always going to be pros and cons to both sides, and there is a bit of a happy medium middle ground for some people. So it just really depends on your scenario which option works best. In summary, if you do buy an investment property, you do forego your first homeowner grants, and depending on where you live or where you were going to use those first homeowner grants, it might not be worthwhile buying a property that's actually not going to be towards your long-term goals, just to save a bit of stamp duty. So some people may avoid that and go straight for the investment property. Others, if you're looking to live in that area for the next 5, 10, 20 years, or it's in a growth area, it's not going to cost you too much and meets the thresholds. It certainly does make sense to buy a property here to live in. You do need to be in that property for a minimum of 12 months, and then that could be something that's an investment a little bit later on down the piece. But buying a 1-bedroom unit just to get a stamp duty concession in Sydney is probably not the most viable option long term. Save short term, but you'll be negatively geared. That asset might not go up as much. If you were buying in a regional area like country Queensland or Toowoomba or Orange, Dubbo, Bathurst, Newcastle, something like that, where there's going to be growth long term, it's affordable, meets those criterias, and could fetch a strong rental return and growth in the future, yeah, that certainly makes sense. But you do need to kind of pick on doing that first or going straight for the investment property. If we go for the investment property, we need to compare, if we're buying this for an investment, is it actually going to outperform the investment, or is the investment based on that data going to outperform the owner occupied? So if you have to forego your stamp duty, maybe save you 10 to 20,000, or you go for this option over here where you have to pay stamp duty and things like that, lender's mortgage insurance, if the end result looks to be better, it does make sense to look at these options of the investment, as that's, I suppose, just the cost of doing business, but it really comes down to your individual scenario on which way you might want to go. So there's always going to be different loopholes and scenarios and things that we need to look at and ensure that it works best for your scenario. But this is obviously a very, very wide array of answers here. So as I said, it comes to your financial scenario. And again, this is something that we can do. So if you want to obviously sit down, have a chat, look at those ins and outs, certainly feel free to reach out to us. And hopefully this answers your question for now. And we look forward to working with you soon. Cheers.